Welcome to a kind of piano lesson. We will try to work on Bach Preludium from the second part of the Wohltemperierte Klavier. And student Khanh Linh has never seen this score before. I told her, please don't look at it. We will practice it together. And I want to show you how to think about construction, how to begin working with such a piece, and how also to begin to memorize very fast. And this is a very good example for how Bach was composing and how we can think while we play. But first I want to introduce Khanh Linh, and it's wonderful. She is from Vietnam and she speaks in Vietnamese to you and you can hear it.
Xin chào mọi người, tôi là Khanh Linh, tôi đến từ Việt Nam và tôi đang học ở trường Mozarteum. Tôi cảm thấy rất vinh dự và hạnh phúc và cảm thấy rất may mắn khi được học trong môi trường học tập như thế này, và sau đó tôi sẽ tiếp tục học tiếp ở Canada.
Okay. You already told me, so I know what you said. And this is wonderful. We can always see how international music is. Music is also a language with a grammar, with some vocabularies. And so you are here at the Mozarteum from all over the world. Yeah. And we are happy to have you here. And we have done in the last semester a lot of things. But this is completely new, I know. But I want to show how the others who watch it may also try. The Prelude in A minor of Bach is very chromatic at the beginning, so we have almost all keys to play. And I just show the beginning. Very interesting. Here is no indication of character, here is no indication of dynamics, so one is completely free, and one could play to show this chromatic. You could play it quite mysterious and fast. You could play it even as a jazz piece. This is one of the wonderful aspects of Bach's music. There is a lot of freedom also. Now I want to show, and we start with an exercise. Yeah. And this thing which I just played, the composition principle is Bach chooses an interval, in this case major third. Can you try? Yeah, and we should use 1/4. And this interval which he chooses is surrounded by the next notes. So we have this, and the next note up is this, and the next note down is this. So this major third is in a kind of frame. So we have this and is this. Could you play? Yes. And as we are here in the Mozarteum and in Salzburg, I always explain it with the famous chocolate of Salzburg. And this is the Mozart-Kugel. And you have it here. And the silver and blue one is the original one. So very important for the guests from outside. This is the original, so it's no commercial, but we need it and it's the best. And the construction of such a Mozart-Kugel, I just open it, and I have a knife, and I cut it, and you see, inside we have a kind of marzipan surrounded by chocolate. Yeah. And for me, this is always an example for this construction of Bach. To be sure that I have the piano still clean, I have put some paper under this kind of action. And so we have this. Can you try again? Yes. And now if we have thumb 4, 5, 2, we can chromatically go on. Yeah, can you try? Yes. Yeah, a very good help would be this is a B major. Yeah, so and then A major, G major, F major. Chromatic. Good. Very good. Yes. Yes. And so this is the principle. And very interesting, it's very chromatic. And of course you can play it without watching the keyboard. And you can go on, you can do it over the whole keyboard. And imagine Bach improvising on an organ in a dark church. At this time they had only candles, and one could not see exactly, but this you can feel. It's like a spider walking on the keyboard. So B major, A major, G, F, E flat. Try again. Yes, very good. For this, I would always take the same fingering.
Yeah.
So even if there is a black key, take the thumb. So always play 1, 4, 2, 5, 1, 4, 2, 5, 1, 4, 2, 5, 1, 4, 2, 5, E flat, 1, 4, 2, 5. Yeah, try this. Very good, that's it. So this you can practice, you need maybe one day, then you do it the whole keyboard up and down.
Yep.
Left hand does the same. Let's also do B and D sharp, and we have 4, 2, 1, but now 3, because we go down, but the same notes. Try this. Very good, very good. So, in fact, as the piece is constructed in this way, and then comes the left hand, you have already memorized 2 bars, hands separate.
Yep.
We have to have in mind this prelude has 32 bars.
Yep.
64 bars if you think of hands separate.
Yep.
And so now we have already done 2.
Yep.
And imagine today in the financial world, 2% is quite a lot.
Yeah.
If you have your money on the bank and you get 2%,
yeah.
you are rich. And so one first step is done,
Yep.
but we don't have finished the really first thema. If you see how it is written, and I point it out in red,
Yep.
You start with a scale like C major. Yeah, and look, this is C major. You could do the same in G major, or yes, or B flat major. Good, or F sharp major. Yes. By the way, I would, when you practice such things, always try to transpose, to feel familiar with all the harmonies and with all the different keys. Is like if you are a weather expert in the television, you really should know all 12 months.
Yeah.
We have like 12 months, we have 12 keys.
Yeah.
And so you cannot only talk about June and August, you also need to know what is in February. And these are small exercises just to check it. And so we have the C major, and then comes our Mozart-Kugel, and then play this, G sharp. Yes, this is like a big band in London. And so you can think, I start with the C major scale. Then comes our Mozart-Kugel twice. Very good. Now you do the same in the left hand. C major. Three, four. Good. Okay. Now we really have two bars. And from 64, right and left separate. So this is more than 2%. It is almost 3.6 or something percent of the whole piece in just some minutes. Can you play? Good. Very good. I knew that you would do this. Remember your second partita of Bach some weeks ago, and I remember I asked when will you bring it from memory, and you said when is the next lesson, and 3 days later you had memorized it. Very good, very good. So this is one of the first important stones of this whole piece, and it's like we build a cathedral and we prepare the material. And this is the first material. Yep. If you now have a look on the score, on the first page, this kind of material comes again. Can you see where it is again?
Bar 4.
Yes, exactly.
And bar 5.
Bar 5, yes.
Bar
yes,
9
very good,
10.
very good, yes. This is a bar 9 and 10, yes. And then?
Bar 11.
11, yes.
And 13.
There. Yes, okay. And if we count this together, it's 8 times it is coming.
Yep.
And can you play this? Good. What is it?
It's the same with the first sentence,
yes, it's
like one
octave lower. Yeah, so you don't need any more information. You only need, I do the same like at the beginning, 1 octave lower. Yeah, so you have a, and then, so in fact now we have already memorized the next bar. So we have 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And now what is happening here? Can you just play it from the score? Yeah. What is it? Is it the same like the first bar?
No, it's moved to another key.
To another key, yes. We start with the G major scale. Yeah, so this was the reason why I asked for other.
No.
So the only thing what you have to memorize is there, you start in G. Yeah, first you start in, here you start in G. Okay,
yep.
And then the next one which you pointed out, what is this?
It's the same with
the
right hand.
In the left hand, yes.
Yeah.
Be careful, 1 octave more. No, it's here, yeah. Very good. So now we have the information about bar 1, bar 2, bar 4 and bar 5. So by knowing this, by knowing the structure of the Mozart-Kugel, by knowing the structure of the scale first, and then we have already memorized 4 bars with the repeat at the end, 5 bars. Then when it comes again, what happens here? the right notes, very good. But what is important when you memorize it?
The finger.
Yes, the finger was, but it was also okay. But there is a difference. We have a smaller Mozart-Kugel. We don't have big third surrounded by a tritonus, but we have a small third surrounded by a fourth. Can you play this? Yes. So this is the principle, the idea which Bach had with this. Of course, you can do it with all other intervals. You can create a very small Mozart-Kugel. It would be this. The smallest interval surrounded by a third. Or the biggest what you could do in one hand may be this. So a seventh surrounded by a ninth. We have to, for memorizing, we have to have in mind that it is not the same like before.
Yep.
There is a small difference, but it is an important difference. And this, it should be, this would be the normal, but we have the F instead of F sharp. Very easy, sometimes one can memorize it also, you just think it are white keys.
Oh.
Yeah, so and then small third surrounded by a fourth, small third. And the end is a little bit different. Da, da, da. Instead of. Yeah, can you play again? Very good. And here? Very good. Which kind of Mozart-Kugel we have?
Minor third.
Minor, yeah, minor third surrounded by a fourth. So this is also a small Mozart-Kugel.
Yeah.
And so we have to have this in mind. At the beginning, we know right hand, left hand is playing the same.
Yep.
Then right hand from starting from G,
Yep.
left hand is playing the same.
Yep.
Then the next one, left hand is starting.
First.
Yeah, with the white keys. Small Mozart-Kugel. And the answer is not the same notes, but it starts where?
B.
Yes. And you can also memorize if you want white keys. Small Mozart-Kugel. And the same ending with a semi-semic wavers. Yeah, can you play it? Good. But have in mind here, the G has a legato slower, so you have one beat more. And syncopes. Yes, that's it. Okay, so as we know the last one already, there's one missing. Where is it? Yes,
the
there.
11.
Can you play it in the left hand? Very good. Which Mozart-Kugel he is offering? The small or the big one?
The
There's
the minor third.
the majors. This is this is a return to the major Mozart-Kugel, and it doesn't start in F major, but it starts with the F sharp. Then comes the F. Can you play this? Very good. And the last one you already know, one octave lower. Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's maybe it's a little bit much, but I think you can play all 8 of them.
Yeah.
You start
I
here.
will try to memorize now, or I can look.
I know in 1 hour you could, because we explained it. You did everything, and you looked on the keyboard. So you already started to play from memory.
Yeah.
And that is the important thing. If you have a new piece, you should always, with your thoughts and consciousness, you should be before you play.
Yeah.
And not playing a wrong note and then correct. But you need to know what you do.
Yeah.
Because your fingers, they are not independent. They only do what you think. So they well, and we know our fingers very often, like little children, do the opposite, especially the fourth and the fifth.
Yeah.
But this is so important from the very beginning. So you can look on the score. You know it already. I'm sure. Good. Good. Right hand. Good. Right hand. Good. Now left hand goes on with small Mozart. Good. Right hand. Good. Return to the big Mozart-Kugel and beginning with F sharp. And the beginning 1 octave lower. Perfect. That is the first step.
Yep.
For example, now if you take a break, you walk into the wonderful Mirabelle garden, you think about, there are only a few informations, and you have memorized it. And in the afternoon, you play it without the score. So this is the first step. The next step we do in the next video. Thank you.